The county jury has been charged with deciding the fate of Evelyn Odom, a mother accused of killing her 5-year-old daughter, Kenyatta Kiki Odom, and dumping her remains in Ware County in 1988. I'm Greg Lloyd.
And I'm Mackenzie Petrie. Dougherty County Chief Judge Denise Marshall read off each of Evelyn Odom's charges to the jury, including felony murder, first-degree cruelty to children, conspiracy to commit a crime, and other charges. The jury requested to start deliberations tomorrow.
Earlier today, jurors heard closing arguments from both the state and the defense. WALB News 10's Jamie Worsley joins us live in the studio. And Jamie, what did the jury hear today before they were charged by the court?
Well, Greg, Mackenzie, the state delivered their initial closing arguments first, followed by the defense. The defense reiterated Evelyn's testimony that she gave Kenyatta to a woman that she knew as Medea before she was last seen. The defense went on to argue that certain items found at the scene where the remains were recovered could have been further tested forensically, and information called into the GBI should have been further followed up on, even after Evelyn Odom and Ulysses Sanders had been arrested in this case. Now, Sanders is Evelyn Odom's former boyfriend and co-defendant. The defense also raised questions about various testimony presented by Sanders and other witnesses, including if Kenyatta wore diapers, if the crime scene photos were negatives, about the estimated age of the remains by the initial medical examiner in 1988, how many days after the burns Kenyatta died, if the GBI sketch looked like Kenyatta, and where Sanders says he bought concrete to help conceal Kenyatta's death.
Believe what they're trying to sell you all. You all heard Mr. Yaz Johnson talk about the photographs. What did Mr. Sanders say? I want y'all to believe me. I want the court to believe me. But when pressed, did your own wife believe you? No.
Now, the state got the final word since they have the burden of proof in this case and must prove that Evelyn Odom is guilty of the charges against her beyond a reasonable doubt. The state argued that Medea, who Evelyn says she gave Kenyatta to, never existed.
Kenyatta, the defendant, who had connection to the dump site, the defendant. And remember the defendant's own words. He didn't do anything to those kids. This was on her interview. He didn't do anything to those kids. I never left them alone with him. Well, it can't be two truths. Can't be two truths. Did you never leave your kids with anyone? Or did you leave them with Medea and Ruth and whoever else?
Well, Sanders testified that Evelyn ran a bath for Kenyatta that was, quote, too warm and that Kenyatta's feet were burned. He testified she died sometime later and they took her remains to Ware County. Now, the jury is expected back in court tomorrow at 9 a.m. For now, live in studio, I'm Jamie Worsley for WALB, your hometown news source.